CUA 11 retake. Number 1. True or false? The diagonals of rectangles are congruent. That is true. True or false? The diagonals of rectangles are perpendicular. That is not true. And just to kind of give you some context, here's a rectangle, here's one diagonal, and the other. As you can hopefully tell, they are equal, but they are definitely not perpendicular. The diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Again, this is true. Go ahead and try number 2. Number 3, parallelogram MNOP is shown below. What is the measure of angle NOP? NOP. So it's talking about that corner right there that I just marked. So let me kind of erase a little bit of that so we can just focus on the corner. So this is the angle we're talking about right there. So let's figure that out. This angle is 53 because it is alternate interior angles with the other 53 degrees. That's important because the measure of that entire angle N would just be 36 plus 53, which is 89 degrees. And so to figure out angle O, we would just take 89 away from 180 because those two angles are supplementary. And there you go. Go ahead and try number 4. Number 5. Rectangle RUST is given below. If RT is 20 and US is x plus 10, find the value of x. So those two sides are congruent. Since they're congruent, this is just part equals part. Solve for x, and you should get 10. Go ahead and try number 6. Number 7, rhombus DOGS is shown below. Since this is a rhombus, all the sides are congruent. Since all the sides are congruent, we can just put them, well, why would I put a 3 there? 2p plus 9 is going to be equal to 3p minus 6, part equals part. And then you just solve for p, you should get 15. And that's all we needed to do for this one. Go ahead and try number 8. Number 9, define each word. Quadrilaterals are the set of all four-sided polygons. Trapezoids are quadrilaterals. With exactly one pair of parallel sides. Parallelograms are quadrilaterals with exactly, just kidding, not exactly, my bad, with two pairs of parallel sides. I mean, it is exactly 2, but I just feel like that goes without saying. Excuse me. Go ahead and try number 10. Number 11, graph ABCD and name the type of quadrilateral. A is here at 0, 0. B is at 2, 7. C is at 10, 7. And D is at 8, 0. Okay, so It looks as though this could be a parallelogram or a rhombus. So let's see if we can figure out which one it is. All right. So the first thing I need to figure out is how long are the sides, because that will tell us which one it is. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units long, as is this one. Now for this side, it might look like it's equal, but we need to be sure. So we're going to have to use the distance formula since it's not straight up and down or straight horizontal. So to find AB, we're going to use the distance formula, which is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And then we're just going to plug in the numbers. So for A, we have 0 for x, and then for B, we have 2 for x. Then for y, for the y's, excuse me, sorry. So again, this would be x1, y1, x2, y2, sorry about that. And so we're just going to take the y2 and the y1, which would be 7 and 0. Pop that in your calculator. And you should get, hold on, 7.3. So that is not equal to 8. So these two sides right here and right here are 7.3, close to 8, but not 8. So this is not a rhombus. This is a parallelogram because all four sides were not equal. Go ahead and try number 12. Number 13. The coordinates of the vertices of a quadrilateral are A, B, C, and D. Graph the points and draw the quadrilateral. We already did that on number 11, so don't worry about doing it again. You can just go look back at the graph from number 11. Graph the points and draw the quadrilateral. Find the slope of AB. So we need to find the slope of AB. My goodness. So we already determined that this is a parallelogram, but this problem is saying what would have to be the slope of BC to make it a rectangle. So all we're going to do is use this graph to figure out the slope of AB. So I'm going to switch colors real quick. So AB, the rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The run is 1, 2. And this is positive. The line is going up from left to right, so that's positive slope. So 7 over 2. So the slope for AB is 7 over 2. Now, if this were a rectangle, let's go back and look at it real quick. If this were a rectangle, BC, so this is AB, BC would have to be a perpendicular line. It would have to be a 90-degree angle. It obviously is not. But if it were, what would be that slope? So the slope of BC would have to be perpendicular. So perpendicular slope are negative reciprocals. Okay, so that means you need to change the sign and flip the fraction, or flip it. So instead of positive 7 halves, this is going to be negative 2 sevenths. And this would have to be the slope of BC. Go ahead and try number 14. Number 15. Parallelogram CATS is shown below. If AO equals 9x plus 1, let's write that down, and SO is 13x minus 11, what is the length of AO? Well, both of these are equal to each other because the diagonals bisect each other. That means this diagonal was cut exactly in half. So this half and this half are equal. That's how halves work. So 9x plus 1 equals 13x minus 11. And then you're going to solve for x. And we get 3. And I think, yeah, we got to plug it back in for AO. And we get 28. And that's it. Let's go ahead and try number 16. Number 17, true or false? Rhombi have 4 congruent sides. That is true. Rhombi have 4 congruent angles. That's false. You're going to have 2 acute and 2 obtuse. The diagonals of rhombi bisect the opposite angles. That is true. The diagonals of rhombi bisect each other. That's also true. Go ahead and try number 18. Number 19, MNOP is an isosceles trapezoid as shown below. If angle M is 2x and angle P is x plus 27, what is the measure of angle M? Well, both of these angles are congruent because this is an isosceles trapezoid. So this is going to be part equals part. If we solve for x, we get 27. So now to find the measure of angle M, we're just going to take that 27 and plug it back in to 2x, and that'll give us 54 degrees. Go ahead and try number 20. Number 21, calculate the length of AB using the Pythagorean theorem. So real quickly, this is the hypotenuse. This is lowercase a, this is lowercase b. So if we use a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then that's what we would use. However, we have some shortcuts. So if we want to find c, all we have to do is take the square root of a squared plus b squared. And now it's no longer c squared, it's just c. So we're going to take the square root of 10 squared plus 4 squared and pop that into our calculator. Just like normal, you don't need to go through menu and all that. Just type it as normal. So we get 10.77, which rounds to 10.8. All right, number 22, give it a shot. All right, number 23. The tallest fountain in the world is in Fountain Hills, Arizona. If the weather conditions are favorable, the water column can reach about 625 feet high. Alfonso. Okay, got an interesting situation with the name happening here. I'm just gonna put an F. All right, Alfonso visits the fountain on a perfect day. His line of sight, angle of elevation to the top of the column is 75 degrees. How far is he from the base of the spray? So we're looking for the horizontal distance. How far is he from the base? Base is the bottom. Okay, so this is a SOHCAHTOA problem. Let's go ahead and label. This is our theta. This is the opposite side. This is the right angle, which means this is the hypotenuse. But the hypotenuse is blank and we don't need it. And then that means this side is the adjacent. So which of these uses opposite and adjacent? This one does. Both of these use hypotenuse, but we're not using the hypotenuse for this problem. So we have tangent 75. Sorry, let me start from the formula. Tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. So we're going to go ahead and plug in tangent 75 equals 625 over x. And then to get x by itself, first we're going to have to multiply both sides by the denominator. So now we have x times tan 75 equals 625. And then we can just solve for x by dividing both sides by tan 75. It's going to cancel out. So now we have x equals 625 divided by tan 75 is 167, and I need you to round this to the nearest whole number. So we'll leave it just like that. Go ahead and try number 24. All right, please don't forget that you need to do the evens as well in order to get full credit for this review.